So call me old fashioned, but man, I remember and miss the days when if you needed something, you could go get it, have it, and be done with it. I miss those days. Nowadays, it seems like everything you want to use or have, you have to make an account and have a monthly or annual subscription to. Let me tell you, from a content creator point of view, that is getting really old and I'm tired of it. Let's talk about this real quick. So I got my notes of stuff here in my phone. First, I want to go over some of the things that people might commonly have already, like for entertainment and stuff like that, just some of them. And then I'll total those with the cost of keeping accounts and subscriptions to all these other things that content creators primarily end up using over time at the end of the video. So first off, for entertainment purposes, most people have a Netflix account. And for most people with the premium account, it costs $18 a month. Okay, just for Netflix. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to be left behind on some really good movies and shows that are offered on other platforms. So commonly you're going to add in other movie or TV show based streaming platforms, right? So let's just say you get HBO Max. HBO Max is $10 a month or $14 if you want the ad-free version. Okay, so you got Netflix and HBO Max so far. Do you want Amazon Prime? Most people want to get Amazon Prime too because that has stuff that's exclusive to them. All of these have exclusive stuff, and that's the reason why they're all separate and they all want to charge you a subscription price because they know you're going to want to see these popular shows and not miss out on them. And so for Amazon Prime, you pay for the annual subscription, which divided into 12 months is about $10 a month. So now you have Netflix, Amazon Prime, and HBO Max. Let's say you want Hulu. For the Hulu package that I have, I pay $14 a month, and that includes Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus, all for $14 a month, okay? So that's a pretty good deal for 3 streaming platforms, all right? And it gets me access to things that I usually can't get outside of the States because Hulu doesn't operate here in Europe. So having said that, you're gonna need a VPN. I need a VPN, so I have a VPN. So let's say you go with NordVPN. For the 1-year plan divided amongst 12 months, it's gonna end up being about $5 a year. Doesn't sound too bad, does it? If you go with ExpressVPN, it's about $8 a year. All right. So those are just some of the streaming services, like the most popular ones that people use. Unless you split up Disney Plus and stuff like that, I'm at least throwing this a bone with people who choose to get the package where they get the 3 streaming services all in one. So that is about $60 a month, which totaled ends up being about $730 per year. All right. So that's just keeping yourself entertained. Now let's talk about what creators have to put up with. All right, so you want to be a content creator, you want to put stuff out on YouTube, IG, TikTok, whatever you're choosing, right? To have accounts on those platforms doesn't cost you anything. But if you want to up the game, if you want to up your game, move on to the next level, you're going to have to start getting into some stuff that'll help you do that, all right? So let's just use my case for an example. Not this channel, but my main channel. Let's say you need music. You're gonna need music if you wanna upload content to YouTube because all music is copyrighted. You don't wanna be using copyrighted music on your YouTube channel. This is common knowledge at this point because it's all copywritten, right? So you can either go with stuff out there that's free and costs nothing, but sounds like crap, barely even matches the mood or the story you're trying to tell on your content. So you could go with that stuff. There are options. But let's just say you don't want to do that. You want good music. You want a plentiful bed of options when you go to create your content as far as music is concerned right now. So there's Artlist, there's Epidemic Sound, there's Music Bed. There's plenty of them out there. But for this example, let's just say you go with Artlist. So Artlist is going to be $16 a month, okay? $16 a month just for music. So now, depending on the kind of content you make, you might start needing video footage, stock video footage. Just like music, there's different kinds of places where you can find stock video footage out there. You got ArtGrid, you got Motion Array, you got Story Blocks, plenty more of them. There's tons of them out there. Even some free ones. I've used the free ones in the past. I still use some of it now if it matches the story I'm trying to tell. But stock video footage, let's say you go with ArtGrid. So ArtGrid is going to be $50 a month to access all of their stock footage. to keep your video from being copywritten and to kind of step it up to the next level and make your content a little more exciting and fun to watch. So you got access to music, you got access to stock video footage. So now you have to start talking about the SEO of your video. If you want your video to grow and at a decent pace, you're gonna have to start working on the SEO of your video. That's getting your video able to be searched. That's getting your video popping up on people's feeds. That's feeding the algorithm a little bit more to go off of in order to place your video in front of more eyes. So now you wanna start dealing with your SEO. So what do you wanna use? Morning Fame, vidIQ, TubeBuddy? My guess is you wanna use one of these, and these three are the most common ones and the best ones out there. So for this example, let's just say you go with vidIQ. vidIQ for the plan that's really worth anything is going to be $40 a month. So now you have the platform that you want to use that didn't cost you anything. You have your music, you have your video, and you have your SEO. That's 4 things that most content creators are going to want to have in order to step their content up and move it on to the next level. So out of the 3 things that cost you anything, the music, the video, and the SEO help, that's going to be about $106 a month for a total of about $1,270 per year. So when you total that with the accounts that you made in order to keep yourself entertained in your downtime, now we're talking upwards of about $2,000 a year in accounts, nothing but accounts. And if you add those all together, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different accounts that you had to make. And this is just where I'm choosing to stop. Most people carry it on even further than that because there is a streaming platform for almost every network now, and they all ain't free. Not to mention the editing software costs money. Now, in the beginning of the video, I said that I miss and I remember the days when you can buy something and just have it and be done with it. The editing software I use, which is Final Cut Pro 10, it costs me one payment and it's mine forever. Most content creators that I encounter do choose to use Adobe Premiere Pro, which is a subscription-based service. You have to pay every month to Adobe to be able to edit your videos. To me, that's insane. Now, to be fair, slightly fair, Final Cut Pro 10 normally costs like $300. I didn't pay that. When I first got it, I was in school, so I got the student discount. And I got 4 of Apple's Pro model software programs for like $150 or $180, something around that neighborhood. All 4 of them for that cheap price, when one of them normally costs $300. But even still, when people buy Final Cut Pro 10, it's theirs. They don't have to worry about paying a subscription price or a subscription charge every month. There's no account to make. That's just insane to me. I can't imagine having to pay just to edit my videos. I know their argument would be, well, it's a little bit better than Final Cut. That's fine. That's fine if you want to do that, but I am sick of creating accounts. I'm tired of having subscriptions to every single thing that I want to utilize. And I'm at the point now where I just want to go back to basics, to be honest with you. I'm glad that I have a pro model editing software so that I don't have to worry. If I went down to just having Final Cut and having to get rid of most of my other ones, I think I could survive. So for the moment, I'm going to stick with my music and video subscription services because they serve well on my main channel. I'm going to stick with those for now, but y'all tell me, are y'all not tired of creating accounts for everything you need? I am. Golly.